It all started 2 years ago with a small drawing of a leaf. Its delicate veins were connecting the gems and the curls of this piece of jewellery. I'm generally inspired by nature and Art Nouveau, especially French Art Nouveau, Lalique obviously being the grand master. Actually, you can see these whiplash curves of the French Art Nouveau in most of what I do and what I surround myself with. Now, this little drawing turned into a pendant, and it was rather pretty. I liked it, and so I considered, should I do more with it? And I decided to do an entire collection. A collection crowned by a masterpiece, a tiara. Now, one does not simply create a tiara. One starts with drawings, quite a few of them, and once they are satisfactory, you turn to the gouache. A gouache is a watercolor rendering on dark paper, which enables you to use white, and the white sort of brings out the diamonds in this rather delicate design. Once I was satisfied with the gouache, I turned to actually creating the piece of jewellery, and I work with wax. Wax is a wonderful material because you can work really three-dimensional and you work by hand. So wax starts out being this block of nothingness, but I know that deep inside is something hidden. I know the shape, and my task as an artist is to bring out what is hidden inside. I use various sorts of knives, and slowly I scrape out the shape. Now, you can only work until a certain stage. It becomes brittle when it's too thin, and this is when you send it off to the caster. When it comes back from the caster, it's now silver and rather clumsy. So now the task is to refine the shape, make it more elegant and airy. When the various elements were done, it was time to bring together the pieces into this flexible shape that was going to be the tiara. It was going to be flexible because I wanted it to be able to function as a collier also. When it worked, when it was actually flexible and clung beautifully together, it was time to send it off to the setter to have the 133 diamonds set. Diamonds are, of course, the classical choice for tiara. 100 years ago, when tiaras were all the rage, one, of course, had a tiara if one was wealthy enough, or actually several tiaras, of course. However, generally, the diamond tiara was considered to be for the young woman with her glittering eyes. As you grow older and your eyes were less glittering, you were generally advised to use a tiara with colored stones, or probably cabochon cut stones, because they weren't in such a big contrast to your now less glittering eyes. I chose to combine my tiara with diamonds, of course, and the really, really beautiful and mysteriously dark Tahiti pearl. I love pearls because they are a product of nature, even though we sort of help them along, and therefore they are all individuals. You can't find two which are exactly the same, and that appeals to me because none of us aren't exactly the same anyway. The finished tiara is rather elegant with its classical kokoshnik style. It can be removed from its frame and turned into a collier and back again into a tiara next time you're going to attend a ball at Her Majesty's. The collection comes in white gold with quite a few diamonds, or in silver with substantially less diamonds, all combined with Tahiti pearls. Now, you can combine these different elements into other sorts of jewellery. The collection could develop differently, and I could also use other materials than white gold or silver. For instance, how about yellow gold and blue sapphire? Perhaps I will develop the collection further. Time will tell.